What's going on?
Just so I can sync the sound later.
All right.
What's going on, guys? This is welcome back. We are doing Nona's Basement episode. I don't even know episode.
Like episode
Pushing 30. It's like 28, 29.
28, 29. We are here off campus out of
On
Nona's
location.
Basement. We are in the Crown Plaza Hotel
Shout out.
because we have a special guest today. I am, of course, Luca Farrow, joined by my guest co-host Tom Feedback, Tyler Fowler, and honored and privileged to introduce the El Patron himself, the Jefe, the Big Chicharon.
The Big Chicharon. Yeah, I like that. That's my new nickname, man. Big Chicharon. Low key, you just gave me a new stage name.
You like that one?
Fuck Too Skinny. I'm Big Chicharon.
I forgot about Too Skinny.
Too
Yeah.
skinny, dude.
Too Skinny was destined to fail.
So Ken Flores is a really amazing comedian. He's really blowing up. He's touring all over the country now. Really an honor to have him on the pod. But he used to go by the alias when we met. We met you. I think I met you at the Comedy Shrine, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
And we were doing the open mic,
Yep.
and you were going by Too Skinny. I didn't know your real name. I didn't know your name for a long time.
Yeah.
It was just Too Skinny, which is, it doesn't fit at all.
Right.
That's kind of, I guess, the whole point.
Yeah,
Well, when I was when I first got into not comedy, but I guess I was doing YouTube when I was like 15, and I had a few videos that kind of did a good numbers. I was like on World Star Hip Hop and shit when World Star was like World Star, you know, in its prime, and I would just fuck around and talk shit into a camera, you know, like podcast but vlog style, I guess. And I ended up calling myself Lil Too Skinny. I was like, that's my rapper name, because I was really a big fan of Lil Wayne at the time. That's when he was popping and shit, you know. And I went by Lil Too Skinny. I even dropped like a fucking peso freestyle, but Lil Too Skinny and everything. Like,
You did a little
You're a
rap.
rapper?
Yeah.
We put a link to it right here.
I put out one song, but I mean it was trash,
It was
garbage.
trash? Would you just
garbage.
Would you do a bar?
No. I was ass.
Sticking to comedy.
I was ass. But I'm telling you, like that's why I did comedy. I was like, this is not gonna get
This
me out the
isn't
hood.
it.
This is not gonna get us out the hood. We need something else.
You make it further in the hood, actually.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna lose the
welfare.
apartment. God damn it.
The hood, just so the viewers know, is Aurora.
Shout out to Aurora, man. Yeah.
Straight out of Aurora.
hometown.
But so when did you eventually go from Ken Flores or Too Skinny to Ken Flores? When did you make that change?
I was doing a show with Mikey O. He runs a lot of Latino rooms.
Yeah, I know.
And
Mike.
Shout out Mikey O.
Shout out Mikey O. And
out
Joy
Latinos.
Villagomez was headlining, and they had me featuring, and they had a different comedian. I don't want to say his name because but anyway, he had a nickname too. So the promoter. He was like, I'm not gonna have two guys with gimmick ass names like, on the poster. He's like, I'm a professional. So
We can only have one Chicharon on the
Yeah.
poster. I'm a professional.
right, that shit looked like a black flyer. You feel me? Like,
Chucklehead.
comedian Too Skinny.
Make the world
Duh,
laugh.
yeah,
make the world laugh.
Duh, comedian.
Duh.
Mr. Funny Man.
Yeah.
Bro, for real. And luckily I got chosen to not get kicked off. They kicked the other dude off. But in the green room that day, I had killed hard, bro. And then when I went back to the green room, Joy Villagomez, who I got a lot of respect for, and Abby Sanchez was there too, as well as Mikey O. And they told me, they were like, you're way too funny to have like gimmicks. Like you just go by your name, it's gonna go well for you. But take that shit off. There's people that want to book you and won't, just because they hate the fact that you got that dumbass nickname. And I was kind of like iffy, because at the same time I was just like, I don't want nobody to tell me what to do. I do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
And
What we
then-
love about you.
But I was like, at the same time I was like, all right, you gotta learn when to cut your losses. Like that shit is dumb as fuck. And it started getting like weird when people would ask me like, oh, you're like an Uber driver. Like, oh yeah, what's your name? Oh, I go by Too Skinny. They're like, what the fuck? So I was like, I don't want.
That's why you did it, to the respect from the Uber.
Yeah, I was starting to get like, when you start cringing yourself, you're like, something's not right here. Like, this is not good.
Too Skinny. I thought you were a legitimate comedian.
Yeah. The fuck he's not. But anyway, so I ended up going. My full name is Kenji Flores, but I just cut the Y-I and I just go by Ken Flores. And
Kenji?
Kenji's my
Really?
real name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Latino? Is it Latino?
I have no idea what it is, bro.
Okay.
Fucking housekeeping.
Oh, someone.
Goddamn beaners.
Housekeeping is here.
Yeah. I just picture
Shout out housekeeping.
I just picture the Carmen from Family Guy. Let me clean now.
You could.
Nah, man, I told that bitch earlier, like 2 hours ago. At this point,
Come back tonight after the
Right.
show.
Emin Page.
I don't know. I didn't see. I told them in the downstairs. I was like, "Can you guys get housekeeping?" I didn't want you guys to come in and it look like this, but
It is what it is.
It's too late now. What the
It's
fuck?
show business.
This, honestly, the way you party, Ken, I would thought this would be way worse. I think.
Yeah, well, I'm taking it easy.
I thought there'd be a dead hooker on the ground.
Oh, there will be one tonight, but I slowed down. I was in the hospital this weekend. Bro.
Oh, yeah, I saw
yeah.
that.
I had
How you
a
feeling?
little heart failure, nothing serious.
How did that
Also, that it took us 15 minutes to get to that. You go, oh yeah, I had a heart attack this weekend.
Yeah,
Ken,
it was-
I always thought you'd be a comedian that if you died on stage, you would still be killing.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
bro.
dying, fool.
yeah, I'm dying.
You think it's a bit? Oh, he
Right.
does this every night, dude. The heart
My
attack.
guys
bit?
better turn that shit into a real ASAP.
yeah.
Going viral.
Cut it.
It's gonna be that clip versus DJ Ripsky's guy having a seizure clip.
Yeah. Shout out
The
DJ.
first responders of fucking
He
comedy
took that
TikTok.
one down, dude. He didn't like the image you presented.
Well, now we can't record shit at the comedy bar because of that.
I know. Is that why they stopped?
I think it's a reason. Well, now they're doing their own. They're launching their own stuff.
Yeah,
but,
whatever.
But
Comedy Bar
anyway,
TV.
that was funny though. That they posted it too.
Yo, they took it down. They were like, actually, we don't like this anymore.
Right? I was like, bro,
Yeah, well, a guy ate. He was choking on the pizza. Like he's.
That's what it was.
I thought it was a
It
seizure.
was a seizure, but it's like, yeah. Do you think the pile of cheese in front of him has something to do with it?
I don't think cheese gives you a seizure.
Don't get at me like this,
I
Tom.
don't know.
yeah.
Shut the fuck up,
Yeah.
Tyler.
See, they don't like each other. That's the
Yeah,
whole
see,
gimmick.
we're off location.
Oh, no,
Tom's
I
being mean.
forgot to ask. I forgot
How
to
are
ask.
you?
How are you doing?
Ken was the one who had a heart attack. Let's get back to
Yeah,
that.
Yeah,
yeah,
Ken,
yeah.
I was Ken.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah,
thing.
no.
How are you, Ken? How you
I'm
feeling?
well now, shit, bro. I almost died, bro. I had lost when I did my Zany Chicago shows in April. I lost my voice and I couldn't even sleep laying down for some reason. Every time I lay down, I felt like I was choking and shit. I was like, what the fuck? And I just kind of like, I just ignored that shit. And I had been sleeping on chairs, bro. I couldn't
Since then,
since April till
You
now.
sleep on chairs?
You sleep- he
Not no
sleeps
more.
here?
I sleep
Oh.
on the bed now, but
Yeah.
but from April through this last Monday, I was sleeping on chairs. I couldn't sleep laying down, and that shit sucked. Like we'll fly into a city. I'll get a nice ass hotel room with a nice ass bed, and I'll be on the chair.
pull up
knocked
the
out.
office
Yeah, bro, for real. I broke.
That's a hell of a song,
Yeah.
though. That you go, well, I can't sleep laying down.
Yeah.
Better just sit in chairs for a few
What is that?
months.
Sleep apnea?
Well, yeah, well, it's a sleep. It is sleep apnea also, but that's because I had fluid in my lungs. I guess that
shit.
I had obviously high blood pressure, 400 pounds, but
No.
but nah. What? But I just ignored it. I never went to the doctor, and then on top of that, I'm on the road drinking every day, doing coke, like getting fucked up.
You were at Rosemont last night, and I heard about you were in the hospital for something, and then you're on stage. Man, let's get fucked up tonight. I'm like, he's not taking it easy.
Yeah.
Well, if you start to get lightheaded or out of breath, we'll swap you out for pain.
No one will notice.
They'll not notice for sure.
Throw the flat brim socks hat.
Yeah,
on.
he also says the N-word a lot.
Yeah, Pain
Right.
says the N-word a lot. Says fool.
Yeah.
You've been partying on the road, which is awesome. How's the sex life change? You've been getting hella bitches.
Yeah, I'm not used to getting bitches like in regular life. So when I started getting pussy as a comic, that shit was like a power trip, bro.
Hell yeah.
I was like,
Do you find that it's easy
I was like,
now?
I understand Chris D'Elia.
Yeah.
Look, I'll start a cult.
You gotta make these bitches get a
I'm
tattoo of you.
planting. This is my first tour. I'm planting the seeds, telling
Oh,
bitches
that's
I love
good.
them.
Yeah. They're gonna
Next
have
tour,
the
I'ma just
Ken
come and-
Flores.
I
eyebrow
imagine
tattoo.
when you were in the
Yeah.
hospital, it's just all these Latina women outside with roses.
Bro.
Got a little vigil going.
rosaries?
Right, yeah, the Virgin Mary candles.
But you guys think that TikTok reels and all that bullshit, that clout that's nothing, bro. Y'all ever got hospital clout? Hospital clout is different. You got all your exes. Are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I need to pick up some titties though to make me feel better. I was getting DMs full of titties, bro. All titties.
Nice.
I can't wait for you to get out.
Every
I'm
week
like,
you're about to
shit.
say in the hospital again.
Right, I was ready to fly out for some
This
pussy.
is when
goddamn.
you're having heart problems, though, you don't want your heart going fast seeing all these titties on your phone, dude.
I'm not gay. I'll die. Fuck it. I'll fuck, bro.
You'll die for some titties.
But that's the crazy thing. I have fluid in my lungs for 4 months, so I'm on the road fucking, and I'm like hyperventilating in the pussy. And bitches will stop fucking. Like, are you good? I'm like, I'm good. Just keep going. Like, I'm good. Like,
Yeah,
legit.
Are you about to
legit.
come? No, my lungs collapsing.
Yeah. I don't, either I come or I fuck. You know, like my heart
Literally
stops.
crushing the pussy.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, you're gonna die in that pussy.
You bring your girl back to the hotel. Oh, you want to get in the bed? No, let's go to the chair. Let's go to the chair.
Yeah, no, the fucking bitch. Man, that's a good bragging rights. Imagine a bitch like, man, I killed that motherfucker with
Pussy.
good pussy. You feel me? But the sex life has been great. I've honestly, because of my health, because of the how I was feeling like shit in every city lately, I kind of like laid off all that. Even though bitches, they be persistent, bro, for real. but I'm like just like nah, like I don't even want to go to a room because I just like you don't got enough oxygen in your lungs. You get the fatigue, no sex drive. Like I thought I was turning gay, but but then once I
fucked the dude. I was like, never mind.
Once I went to the hospital, bro, once they got all the liquids out of me and everything, bro, I was horny as fuck. Like, I was like, I'm trying to fuck. Bro, I was thinking that, bro, I was sharing my room with this Greek old dude. He was like 77.
Why?
Old school racist. You know, because it's just they split the rooms
In the hospital.
Oh, in the hospital. I thought you meant in the hotel.
No,
I'm on the road with some Greek guy.
Nah. But you know, the hospital, they give you a gown, but they never close the bag, so everybody's ass cheeks just out.
Yeah.
My dick is hard as fuck. He's walking around the room. I'm like, bro, get the fuck away from me. I'm sure it feels like your ass is making my dick hard. And it was funny because like, it's so funny because that guy, he was he was a Greek dude, like old school Greek, and you could tell he's like OG New York motherfucker. And he wanted to get out. He was telling him like, you guys gotta let me go. I want to get the fuck out of here. And they're like, we're just waiting on the test results. And he's like, well, what the fuck is the holdup? I've been here since Friday, and it was Juneteenth. You ever have somebody explain Juneteenth to a racist motherfucker?
Oh yeah.
He's like, what holiday is it? He's like, she was like Juneteenth, you know, where they abolished slavery or some shit. That the nurse was trying to explain to him, and he was like, Martin Luther King Day, and they were like, no, Juneteenth. And then the lady leaves, and he looks at me. He's like, Juneteenth. Bullshit, man. He's like, when I was young, we worked on holidays.
Yeah, they only get one holiday, the blacks.
And he called his friend. He's like, you heard of Juneteenth? It's bullshit, bro.
You heard him on the phone talking to the guy?
Bro, yeah, he was talking to his friend. He's like, you heard Juneteenth? Bullshit.
Dude, my grandpa died recently, and one of the last conversations I had with him, he was telling me about Juneteenth and how it's a holiday just so black people can get off work.
We'll clip that.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I wish I had it off.
And then he died the next day, so we got him.
He'll be off
karma.
forever. That's crazy, man.
But yeah, dude, that's awesome.
Well, we did. When was that you did Comedy Bar? I did the Sunday with you at Comedy Bar like a couple months ago.
Oh yeah, it was last
you
month.
Sold out a whole weekend
It
at
was
Comedy
last
Bar.
month, yeah,
That's right. That was like
shows.
very beginning of June, right? Yeah.
6 shows, yeah.
Sold out 6 shows. I was there for the very last one. Your fans are wild.
Oh yeah.
First of all, they love you. You're their god. They all have a tattoo of you.
Yeah.
I've never had more people offer me cocaine in my life. Literally the entire time you're on stage, people keep coming back in the green room like, you guys want to do coke?
Yeah.
Dude, his fans are fucking wild. I was in the bathroom. I work at Rosemont, and I was in the bathroom, and you could hear the show in the bathroom, and someone, I think Oscar was going up, and they go, next comedian coming up, Oscar Carval, and some guy goes, man, bring fucking Ken up, man. Fuck this guy. Bring up Ken. You're ruining the whole fucking show.
Dude, that's amazing.
And the people were DMing me. They're like, hurry up, fat ass. I was like, what? Like, where
While the show's going on?
They're like, Oscar's on stage for 15 minutes just so Ken can make it from the back of the room to the front of the room.
Bro, it was hilarious. They were really. You guys wanted to have a special guest on the podcast?
What's up?
Who?
Renee Waka.
Is he here?
Sure.
Nice. I'm gonna go FaceTime.
Oh, yeah.
No, this is hella disrespectful. My bad.
No. Shit, dude.
We fuck around, right? We
fuck
fuck
around.
around, right?
Look at our setup. This ain't no fucking spectacular.
Nah, yeah, dude. You guys want to when I was in Phoenix last week, one of the I don't like calling people fans, but this guy that came to the show, he was begging me to hang out, right? And I was so fucked up, and I had ran out of coke, and I wanted more. So sometimes you gotta make sacrifices, you know, like
hang out with a guy,
hang out with weirdos and shit.
Yeah.
I felt like a thought, you know, like when a bitch a bitch don't got no more Xanax, you gotta start hanging out with the blacks and shit, just hoping she gets a crumb.
Our guest this week, Luca's dad on the podcast. You guys would get along. Let me tell you.
Normally we gotta when we have guests, we gotta probe them for shit. We feel like we just wound you up and just let you
Come
go.
on,
You're
man.
just going into it.
But this guy, he comes right and he has like an ounce of cocaine on him, and then he's got a mason jar full of weed, good weed too. And he gives me, he's like, how much you want? I was like, what I mean, you're gonna hook me up, whatever you want to do. And he like puts a pot of Coke in front of me, and then he grabs a few nugs of weed in front of me, and he puts everything away. And we're doing it, we're drinking, my boy's with me, we're in Phoenix, it's my birthday, and then out of nowhere he starts telling me about how he's behind on rent, and he's behind on rent.
How are you behind on rent? You have an ounce of cocaine.
And it's he's like, yeah, man, I've been struggling, man. It was like the 15th, by the way. I was like, bro, you're about to get evicted.
That's not behind.
I was like, why the fuck are you? Why are you here?
Yeah.
Did you throw him any money for the coke?
Well, I was like, man, I fucked up because I was like, damn, bro, you make me feel bad. Like, let me give you a little something for this. He's like, nah, man, I wasn't gonna charge you, but I was like, all right, bet. And that was it. Like, he was. I wasn't gonna let him. I wasn't gonna let him get to the. But if you want to throw me something, I was like, nah.
Sounds good.
And then, but I was like deep down, I felt bad. I was like, whoa, can I help this dude out with anything? Is what it seemed like he was asking me. But I was like, bro, you have all the tools to get money in front of you. You got cocaine.
You're doing it all wrong.
Like, people build empires with these things. How are you behind on rent?
Haven't you seen Narcos?
Dude, I'm saying, like, bro, you can give me that and give me 20 minutes. I'll come back with your rent money. And I don't even know anybody in Phoenix. So I was just, it was just like, I felt bad, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I was like, you got an ounce of coke. That's like
Guy's a drug addict.
$900.
You got to teach a man
That's
to
your
fish,
rent.
you know?
But anyway, that shit was fucking goofy as hell.
That's great.
do you-
It is goofy as hell.
Do you feel a little bit better doing coke down in Phoenix? You feel like it's not as stepped on as much?
Honestly, I don't. It feels way worse down there.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like it's better up here. I feel like, well, not better, but I got my guys, and you got. I'm sure that I've done fentanyl on the road 100%.
Yeah.
Because there's coke that doesn't even put you in a good mood. Like coke, like the coke's supposed to be. You're supposed to be
Yeah.
like, oh yeah.
I used to be a cocaine addict.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
so
3
you-
years. Yeah.
so you know, okay, 3 years. Baby,
laughed.
rookie.
Yeah, he laughed.
You don't want to call me when you're in the hospital.
Pussy,
Call me when your heart fails.
Right, right. We're right till the wheels fall off.
Man.
Anyway, I have like
That was awesome.
I can do some and I can hang out and sometimes like some waitress at a comedy club down south gave me some and I went to do it and it just shut me down completely because fentanyl is like a opioid or like a downer or whatever.
Yeah.
So it just puts you it shuts you down and it puts me in a bad mood, and it just I don't enjoy it. But the addiction is so bad.
fentanyl's
You
a
keep
bummer.
fucking doing it, Yeah, and I think that's what pushed me to the limit where I ended up partying so hard for 4 days straight. I was on a bender, and then I went to LA, and then from LA I flew to Philadelphia, and that flight I didn't move at all. I knocked out on the fucking flight, and that was the first time I flew Spirit. But every time I fly Spirit, I pay extra for the fat seat in the front, so that way I don't have to make anybody's day shitty. But for this flight, my boy bought it for me, and he didn't get the seat, and they were sold out by the time I wanted to get it. So I was sitting there like all fucking fucked up coming down from a bender, and there was this fucking foreign guy coming in, maybe like a Russian, and as soon as he saw me, he's like, fuck.
That's the guy from the hospital. He's back.
That's the Greek guy. But
Juneteenth again?
He looks at me, he's like, you're a big guy. I was like, yep. And I put him back to sleep, but he wouldn't sit down. He was like, he had the middle seat, and he wouldn't sit down, and he went to complain. Anyway, finally, good thing he did me a favor, because he got moved, and then I had the middle seat empty.
Yeah.
But it just sucked that he wouldn't sit down, so he should fucking stop the whole traffic. He's telling everybody he wants a different seat, and I'm just like, bro, shut the fuck up. but anyway, when I went on that flight, I didn't move at all. I had my legs like this, and I think that caused like a blood clot. So my legs got fat as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
And that shit with the inflammation.
Me and Luca both just looked at your legs and he said,
There's still
chicken bones.
No, but bro, so these joggers or whatever you want to call them, they fit me like leggings, but like they were like
Tight.
That shit
Yeah.
looked like it was crazy, bro.
I think you're the only Latino I've ever seen wearing Crocs.
Getting
For
pussy
real,
in Crocs,
what?
of all
Crocs
things.
go crazy as fuck, bro. You ever fuck a bitch in Crocs? They give you a good grip.
Shout out to our new sponsor, Crocs.
real.
That's,
Crocs.
For
You
real, bro.
should get one of those like little, how they put the kids put the pins on.
Oh, yeah, get one of your just your
Get a
head.
little, yeah.
I love Crocs. He got me my boy got me my first Crocs like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
On Christmas, and I've never been able to go back. And it's funny because there's people that like hate Crocs.
Yeah.
Like I used to be one of those like oh that shit is whack.
Yeah.
But once you go Croc, you never go Bach. You feel me? Like it's like they're fucking like they're the best, bro.
That's
and it's
awesome.
funny because I'll go out with them and like people will talk shit. Like I was walking around Boston around a TD Garden, and this guy I was with, like he didn't want to be seen with me because I had Crocs on. I was like,
Really?
like what the fuck? Like it's not like I'm fucking trans, but
I would like to see trans Ken Flores.
Well, those are because they can become slippers or kind of shoes, right?
Yeah, they
That's
call
the
it
thing. That's
sports mode,
shoe.
right? When
Yeah,
you put
you're right.
Even, I don't put that shit in sports mode. Even if I
don't put
What'd you call it?
sports mode, yeah. I don't got sports mode. That don't come with my body.
Dude,
I was
like-
gonna say I wouldn't have guessed. Look at
Yeah,
you.
fuck that.
Well, bro, I feel like you always got a drip going. I was like, I gotta wear some cool
Good drip.
shoes. I can keep
Yeah, I
show
did the
up your
same thing.
Crocs.
I gotta
Yeah,
bust
nice.
out the
Okay.
cool fucking.
These aren't bad.
I got my whites over there. You feel me? But I don't. You can't wear those.
Peyton raises his hand. Got my
Yeah.
voice.
They
whites.
blended into his skin.
That's funny. So you don't wear the Crocs on stage, though, do you?
Hell nah. But they've been trying to convince me. My homies like, oh, wear 'em. I was like, nah. I'm not those guys that wear suits either. But that's good.
Yeah, it's kind of gay.
Yeah,
Right,
Yeah.
but because there's guys that like that's like a big thing for them. Like it's cool when you're funny, but when you're not funny and you're like talking
In the suit.
shit about people, like, oh, you guys have to have more respect for the club. Like, no, you should have more respect for the club.
Write a joke.
Stop fucking bombing at
Yeah.
the club.
Right.
You're worried because you got a fucking
You're
Ross
dressed
tie.
nice.
You got a Ross tie on now. I'm supposed to be intimidated. Fuck you, dude.
You got a
Marshalls.
Joseph A. Banks
Out.
suit on.
Right. Get the fuck out of here, man. But anyway, I was gonna say a name, but I'm not gonna say it.
He's sitting right here.
I think we know,
No, not him. This other guy with no hair. Anyway,
Dude, well, you just posted your newest reel you posted today about the Pride Parade.
Oh,
Is there
yeah.
any truth to that?
nah, man, I'm not gay, but it was just a funny
No,
ass.
did you go?
I did. I've gone. I didn't go this year. I went like there was a time after high school when I moved to Chicago for a bit. This was before I was even a comic. I used to live around the corner from the Lincoln Lodge actually.
Oh shit.
And and I went because like I just didn't have shit to do out there, and we just got fucked up. But like people don't talk about this, but there's a lot of hoes at the Pride Parade. Like the bitches, they got their titties out and shit. Like
Yeah, a lot of titties flying around.
there's titties everywhere. You got to put up with a little bit of gay shit, but
A couple guys walking around in Crocs. And
Yeah.
shit. That's it.
a few motherfuckers in thongs and shit. But you get past those cheeks, there'll be a payoff at the end,
Yeah.
and they get shit faced, bro.
Yeah, they get fucked up.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
gays,
Go
gays
hard.
party. Gays
Oh,
party.
I fuck with them, bro. I get fucked up.
You got any gay fans on the road?
Yeah, I got this one guy that won't stop messaging me, bro. And he just he's been talking to himself for a year.
Talking to
I'm like, what,
just airing some shit out,
bro?
on your
I
DMs.
swear to God, bro. And like people that yeah, but nah, I don't know any like. I mean, I guess I don't know. I'm an ally though.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we-
We're
Ride
all
month,
allies
man.
here.
Ride month.
I support.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I have these glasses on. I look
I
gay.
say faggot, but I support though. You feel me? Like, I feel like
You gonna bleep that? No, I'm not gonna bleep that one. That one's it.
If
You only bleep my.
You
if you're an ally, you can say that.
Hell yeah.
It's like being, well, not like being black, but
That actually,
because I'm not black, but I still say that one too.
that is a good incentive.
well, dude, we said it right before.
Who's
the
gonna
pod.
stop me?
Yeah.
You said it right before because you were at the Lincoln Lodge, and the Lincoln Lodge is like a notoriously like woke kind of room, and you said the N-word while you were on stage, and you were like, no.
Yeah, my fault. but-
Mexicans, we can say it.
Yeah, we get the pass. That's why I told him yesterday when I was on stage. I was like, I booked Jeff just so I can get the N-word pass tonight. I love Jeff. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, he's
Jeff was
great.
great,
Shout out
man.
Jeff Brumfield.
Yeah,
was
funny.
I need to stop that shit though.
Man.
No, that's funny, man.
I thought you're like, yeah, I'm definitely doing fentanyl on the road. I gotta
Yeah.
quit saying the N-word though.
Yeah,
I gotta make some changes.
Right, I gotta make changes here. But it's like that shit only lives on the internet, you know. I've never met somebody in person that was like, "Come on, bro."
Yeah.
But I also don't. I know where to say it. You know what I'm saying?
for sure.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
go do a showcase spot and just drop F words and
Right.
you know all that.
Right.
But
In Detroit.
yeah.
But sort of like your momentum on, in terms of like touring and because you were, like we said, like 2 years ago, not even like you were.
We were doing open mics.
You were
together.
one of us.
And you were
Yeah.
you were too skinny at the Comedy Shrine. Did you blow up? Would you attribute that to the internet?
100% the internet.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I mean, I don't know if you guys remember, but I mean, Peyton knows I had like already like a damn near cult following in Aurora.
Yeah, you did.
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like,
We
I
would
was-
get excited when you were booked.
You
on
were the only
shows
person who
because-
could sell out the Comedy Shrine.
I was
And
the
they were
fir- I
bringing
was
in
the-
like
I was me and
celebrities.
Pat Tamasulu were the only people that ever
Yeah.
packed that place.
Yeah.
When I had my show, they ran out of everything. Bro.
they went out of business after
Yeah.
you left. You moved. They were fucking closed.
I
You should have bought some of the
I
toys
put,
they
I'll
had.
put,
Yeah.
I'll put $1,000 bet against anybody that I'm the reason they were even in business.
For sure.
100%.
A few more months
you kept them
than they
afloat.
should have been.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I think you're 100% right, dude. Fuck that place. Shout out Comedy Shrine. Fuck you.
Yeah. Fuck you, Comedy Shrine.
Bro,
Shout out.
when I used to get paid from there, I used to go straight to cash my shit. Because
Yeah.
I was like, fuck that. If I win a
Yeah,
day, that
dude.
bitch is going to bounce. Fuck
Yeah,
that.
they're gonna go. Hey, can we pay you in Hello Kitty dolls or whatever? The
No.
fuck?
How did you get the cult following in Aurora? Dude? Was it just like
I
podcasting?
have my podcast. My podcast, I was doing my podcast when I was barely starting open micer, but I never mixed my podcast with my comedy. I feel like you guys do the same. You guys keep it separate from your stand-up. You guys are not always promoting the podcast.
Yeah.
But my podcast was completely separate. I never wanted to be the comic that's like, oh, listen to my podcast, you know?
Yeah.
But there's so many of those. And my podcast was different because I would talk shit about like the city, the shit that was going on that week. Or man, I was fucking this bitch. Like real shit. Like I was
You were like the
documenting
Alex Jones.
my
of
life
Aurora.
every week. Fuck
Yeah.
that. But I was like
Mexican Alex Jones.
real stories every week of shit that I was living. I talked about overdosing.
Was it just you, or did you have a co-host?
It was just me, bro.
Damn.
It was just me. I actually got inspiration from like Theo and Dalia back in when they used to do their solo
just doing
podcast.
a solo pod.
Yeah, and I wanted to do that. Eventually, I started having guests because that shit gets. You can only talk to yourself so much.
Yeah.
But I get amped up, bro, and I'll go for an hour like nothing.
You do get amped up, dude.
Yeah.
I think guest wise, you've been the guy that's just you're able to just kind of keep rolling.
I love
Yeah.
this shit, you
Which
know,
is great.
and the podcast every single week. Like I got people, and now people are finding it because they like my content. They want more, and now but I haven't recorded like in a month just because I've been busy. So people are like, "Yo, where's the episode?" We do meet and greets in different cities. Where's the episode?
Yeah.
And to me, it's so crazy because it was very local to my city. I
Yeah.
would talk about certain streets. Oh, I went to this bar, and like it was just local shit, you know.
Yeah.
But
Right.
now I got people that fly in to Chicago. And they'll go to Aurora just to take pictures of shit that I've
No
talked
way.
about on
No
the
shit.
podcast.
That's
Yeah,
wild.
yeah,
insane,
yeah, it's
dude.
pretty cool.
That's wild.
As they're ducking
But-
for the bullets. Dude.
You're probably the most. You're probably the most famous person in Aurora.
It's me and Ice JJ Fish.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Ice JJ?
You never heard that guy? He's the rapper.
Ice JJ Fish, they used to sing something about you, baby.
No, Ken's the
With-
most
with-
famous
with-
guy from
with the-
Aurora.
Yeah.
with the teeth gap. He was on
Yeah.
Tosh.0.
He was
You
on
know-
Tosh
you know
Point
why?
You see him at the Fox Valley Mall sometimes.
You know why? You know why he's not as famous as you?
He used to
Because
come to Burger King I used to work at. yeah.
you know why he's not as famous as you? Is because he didn't drop his stupid nickname.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Ice
you're
JJ
right.
Fish. We're dumb as fuck.
That's
Man.
wild. But so now has it sort of turned into a sort of comedy podcast now that you're traveling around? Or do
Well,
you
it
still-
kind of like for the past few months, it kind of became of stories on the road. You know, like I got to hang out with Dave Chappelle a few weeks ago. I mean, just fucking
How was that?
everything.
Yeah, what's that like?
I mean, he was fucked up and I was fucked up too. So I mean, it's just like he moves militant. Like he has got. You can't get close to him, you know.
Yeah.
But he was right there. I was able to make the phone call because he lost. Ralph Barbosa was headlining shows at the Improv in Hollywood, and we went to check him out because I'm cool, like he's my boy or whatever.
Yeah.
So we were watching, and then Dave Chappelle dropped in, and they did like a little bumping mics on stage together.
That's
Oh, I
dope.
saw that picture.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
And then after that, I got there late because I was doing a spot at the store, so I came right after my spot, and they were already done. They were like selling merch and shit, but Dave left, and then he came back. Well, it was just like the comics left in the whole club, and he came back and he was looking for his jacket. He came with like 4 security guards, bro, big motherfuckers, bro, and they were looking for his jacket, and my boy Ralph had got it, so he's like, "Damn, where's my jacket?" And I was like, "My boy got it. Let me call him for you." He's like, "All right." So I was able to make the phone call, and I got Dave Chappelle's jacket back. And my boy came back, and then Dave just looked at me. He's like, "Man, he's a nice guy," and that's it. that was it. But like, I mean, so we didn't like hang out, but
Yeah.
Sure.
just to be in a circle like this with him,
In the presence.
and he's
yeah.
a big guy too. Like you never realize how big like these people that you. I met Mark Norman like Monday. He's tall as fuck.
Really?
Yeah, he's a big guy.
He looks
Damn.
small.
He does, right, on the
Yeah.
internet, but he's a big guy. And same thing with Dave Chappelle. He's swole as fuck too.
Yeah, he is Jack now.
Yeah, he's swole as shit. But that was pretty cool, you know. So anyway, on my podcast, I would just talk about shit like this, you know, like, and it was funny because these people, like, the first few episodes, I was talking about how, damn, man, I went to the store, my card declined, and I'm broke as fuck, and all this shit. And now it's like just like the stories get better every week, and
Yeah,
people like
sure.
were following it. But I just kind of didn't want to just dedicate it to that, you know. I still want to have content and fuck around and shit like that. But it's just so I'm not tech savvy, so. I've always paid somebody to do my podcast or do my clips. I don't do none of that shit myself.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's why it's hard for me. If I'm on the road solo, I don't know how to set up like this one. Even though
yeah.
it's easy. Like I know how to control Zoom and this shit, but to take it from there and put it into a
No,
computer.
yeah,
and
it
all
took
that.
me a minute. I don't know.
You know, so it's just like I don't know shit about that. I'd rather get fucked up.
Man.
But
Get fucked up.
but that podcast helped me create the following I did in Aurora. And no matter, I mean, if I do SNF, you know, it's a free show downtown Aurora. If I do that show, I only announce it that morning, and that bitch gets packed.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I'll pack the balcony. I'll pack everything, bro.
Damn.
And I when I was in, and I think that I feel like people feel like they're my friend. You know, I could try to give that energy, like, oh, we're homies. And people feel that also when I go on live on Instagram and I talk to everybody, and I try to reply to as many DMs, as many comments as I can, and that builds. I feel like people feel like they know me personally.
Yeah.
So like they want to bring me gifts, food, and in Phoenix I broke the record for #1 the capacity at that club, and in one night, because my people drink so fucking much, in one night. They made the most money they've made on any other weekend with any other comic.
Damn, you're like
Just
Mexican
in one
Bert
night.
Kreischer.
What club?
It's called Mic Drop. They have one in San Diego.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
They just opened one in Phoenix.
That's
Well, you were telling me right
crazy.
before we started this that when you moved, because now you're LA based, you just moved out there with a suitcase, and you've been living off merch. Your new clothes that you've been getting have all been people.
Yeah,
giving it to you.
free shit, you know. That's the cool thing. Like, you know, they always say that's how the rich stay rich. I mean, I'm not rich, but just having a little bit of notoriety, like, will change everything. Like, people bring me free food to the green room.
Yeah.
Anywhere I go, any city I go, I already got DMs. Hey, bro, whenever you land, come eat at my mom's restaurant or my family's restaurant. We got you and anybody you come with for free.
Yeah.
Like, everything's free, and I don't try to do that too much because I don't want to feel like I owe anybody a favor or anything like that.
Yeah.
But there's ones that I do cash them in every once in a while.
Sure,
Like,
you
oh,
got
I
to.
want
You got
that.
to.
I was gonna ask. I'm like, now that you're headlining, you're selling out a bunch of shows. Like, are you balling out of control a little bit? Are you spending money on stupid shit?
For sure. I spent like $500 last night. I don't even know where. But I didn't leave the fucking strip.
Yeah.
But no,
But you were drinking. But like you buy
yeah.
anything?
Yeah, you-
copy-
like a
you
watch.
driving a slingshot or
nah,
something?
fuck out of here.
With all the stupid lights on it.
Don't tempt him, dude. Now you're getting in his head.
That's like,
We got La Banda playing out of the slingshot. Baby.
that's PPP energy right there. Shit, when the PPP hit, all the black dudes had fucking slingshots. A black dude with a slingshot and dreads, he do credit card fraud, man, for real. But
So no slingshot.
nah, bro, I haven't really been balling like that because I was paying for rent in LA and I was paying for rent here. I had my spot here because I went to try it out.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna go see, you know, if I like it, if I could, you know, if I could stay there. If not, I'll come back to my apartment because I didn't want to come back and not have shit here, you know.
Yeah.
So I was paying most of the time, like when I was getting big checks, I was paying rent both places. And on top of that, I'm trying to like buy flights, pay a lot of debt off. I'm trying to fix my life. Like I was living life like kind of like, you know what, I'm on a race to die and end up in financial ruin. Or I make it, you know, and it started to work out.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
now it's like, all right, now I need to clean up all the mess I've made for the past 26 years. Start cleaning all this shit up. So that's what I'm working on now. So it's a lot of that, you know. And of course, as soon as I started getting money, like my parents never asked me for money ever before, but it's, you know, they were like, oh well, fuck it, if you got it, they asked me, and I felt like I would always let my parents down. Like I never had money. I was never. You could not rely on me to let you borrow $20 because I didn't have it. And that kind of has to do with addiction as well, you know. Like everything I had, I would like to blow it. So now that I can, I guess it's not the smartest thing to do, but I try to give as much as I can to them if they ask me for it, you know. But and also I want to take care of my team. Like I said, I told you I pay for really everything, so I pay off a few people to give me some clips out there. My friend right now, he's my best friend right here. This guy's been with me since we've known each other since middle school. But I want him to work with I want him to be with me at all times.
Yeah.
Like to be my partner because
Hell yeah.
I can't be on the road solo. Like number one, I don't take care of myself. I always need somebody to kind of guide me, and he's always been that person, even outside of comedy, just like in general. So I rather have him with me and pay off whatever I gotta pay. You know, like try to get money so I can replace his salary or whatever.
Yeah,
You know? So that's what I'm working on right now. So no, I'm not working on stacking crazy bread. And most of the time, like a lot of the money gets. You know, you make more money, you got to spend more money. You
Exactly,
know?
yeah.
Traveling is not free and all this other shit. And LA is very expensive, you know. On top of that, you're eating out every time. But I'm living good, though. Don't get me wrong, is what I'm saying. Though.
Yeah, no.
Like, I'm eating at Ruth Chris now, you know, shit like that. But
Did you go to Gibson's right over here?
I didn't, but I'm going to take my parents either there or to Carmine's. I don't know which one I want to do yet.
I'd go Gibson's.
You think
Yeah.
Gibson's?
I mean, you like
Steak,
steak?
yeah.
I
right?
like steak. I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
steak. Fuck
Carmine's
with
is Italian, right?
It seems like it, yeah. It seems like they had steaks and pasta is what it was. But I like steak. I think we'll probably do that too. And
so you take the team out and you take them to a steakhouse. What's that bill looking like?
I mean, I haven't really taken everybody out yet just because I've been gone. But I mean, like, I'd probably say like an average bill every time when I'm on the road with the homies and like the video guy. When we all go on the road, either Renee will pick it up or I'll pick it up. And I mean, it's no less than 400. You know,
Luca, you hear that?
400 or 500. But obviously, like.
That's the dream, though, man. You're out with the boys.
Right.
You're doing it.
Renee, who I tour with, his dad's in prison. He grew up like in a 2-bedroom apartment with like his 3 brothers and his mom, single mom. So like he was living like, you know, he was real trenches, you know. And then you know, for him to be out and making money and spending it, he's like, man, fuck it, we gotta enjoy it. And then the same thing with me too. Like I was in the hospital, you know, I was like, the fuck's the point of having money if I'm here and I can't get up and
Exactly.
I could die at any moment. I was
Health
like,
is
fuck
wealth.
it. I'd rather fucking like if I got it. I don't give a shit. Like my boy knows that he don't gotta pay for shit, you know.
Yeah.
But I also do it with the people that, like that I know that deserve it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie though. I'll be flexing for the hoe sometimes.
You gotta flex for the host.
I'll be flexing for the hoe sometimes, bro. I was in Indianapolis. The bill was a shitload, and I paid for it. I was like, I got it. It ain't shit.
You're checking the bank account.
Yeah. Yesterday we got merch money, and we had a bunch of cash. I was at the bar doing Kodak Black money spreads and shit, bro.
Kodak Black.
I was like, I don't give a fuck,
My
bro.
mom's
I'm
not
out
gonna
here.
get that reference.
Yeah, all our moms listen to this.
Oh
podcast.
shit.
No, it's cool. But
No,
man,
it's cool. They love it.
I had one question coming in here, like, and I mean, I already asked you, but like, as soon as because we're all thinking like, oh, what are we gonna ask Ken? What are we gonna talk about? You know, I'm just going. I need to know about Ken's bitch's situation and how that's changed. And you answered.
Yeah.
You flexing for him.
Yeah, you know, fuck around.
You
We
clap
fucking
some
fuck
lungs
around.
on top of him.
Collapse in
The
lungs.
thing is, the guy, my homie who I tour with, he's a sex addict, like a real
Renee?
sex addict.
Renee?
Yeah, he's a sex addict. Like he fucks. Like if he, like I know it's called addiction because something like when I was really into cocaine a lot, if I didn't have a sack for that night, like if I had a show, like I had a show tonight at Zany's, if I didn't have coke right now or something arranged where I would have coke by the end of the night, then I would be in a bad mood because I'm like, who the fuck? And so I've been in that situation where I'll be in a city and I don't know anybody and I don't feel comfortable enough to hit somebody up that you know, or just get a random motherfucker to serve me. So I'll be like in a bad mood, you know. And sometimes if he don't got a bitch lined up, he'll be in a bad mood, bro.
Damn.
Like,
Sure.
like for real, like he and
So you acknowledge it's an addiction, you say?
of course, yes.
Yeah.
And he's changing his ways though. He's getting back with his wife and shit.
Nice.
But
That's
but
a complicating factor. Yeah.
That's a love story right there.
yeah, we were in Phoenix.
Yeah, I
and
thought he was just a single
That's a
guy on the
bit-
town.
you know what?
You're
That's
like,
a
you're like,
bitch
got
that
a
you
wife
have
and
every
shit.
night. Is
we
your wife.
were in Phoenix and he brought some bitch back, but we had shared rooms because supposedly we're like, okay, nobody gets their own room now because I'm gonna get my wife back, and if I feel like if I get my own room, I'm gonna want to fuck. And I was like, all right, fuck it, we'll share rooms. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit.
You got a chaperone.
He
now?
still brought a
Yeah,
bitch
you're sleeping
back.
in the chair anyway.
He still brought a bitch back. We're trying to go. I'm trying to go to sleep on the chair, you know. 'Cause I can't
She's
even.
like, this guy's dead in the corner. What the fuck?
I was literally like this on the chair.
They're fucking on top.
Are you and your friend gonna double team me? No, he's got high blood pressure. He can't.
His legs are swollen right now. She starts giving him head, bro. Starts sucking his dick right now. And I was like, damn. Like, you know the point where now I was like, now I gotta sit through this fake sleep. You know, I wake up.
Right, you know?
All your
Yeah, she's going crazy, bro. And out of
funny.
nowhere, I was like, stop. I'm trying to get my wife back. And he stops getting head in the middle of it and kicks her the fuck out.
That's how you know it wasn't very good. Yeah. He's like, man, I gotta get back on my wife.
No, that's a
She
sweet
gives better
story.
head than this.
Yeah,
that's
but
romance.
That's
Oh,
romance.
yeah,
Modern love.
That's real
what I-
love.
I knew he was serious. I was like, all right, he's really gonna get his wife
Halfway
back.
through head, he said, I
Yeah,
love
you
my
don't stop
wife.
a girl doing a blowjob
Yeah.
unless you're really
Get
trying
out
to
of here,
change
you
your life.
whore.
Yeah.
I love my wife.
Bro, one time we were in Austin, and we were with our tour manager Miles, and Renee fucked this bitch, man, downstairs, and then that bitch that was in the manager snuck out of his room and came and fucked him too. He fucked them
Damn.
both back to back, bro. He's a fucker.
You guys ever tag team?
I haven't, not with him, no.
Nah.
No, but he's probably fucked my bitches though for sure.
How'd you link up with him? Like what? Like how,
I was a fan of him. Me and him used to share his stand-up reels when he had like 17,000 followers at the time, and he's really cool with the Laugh Factory management in Hollywood, so they got him a date at the Laugh Factory here.
Oh, dope.
So he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna go. You know, I think I got enough people that fuck with me. And when I saw he was coming, I DM'd him. I was like, hey, bro, I fuck with your shit. I'm a fan. You know, I run the Latinx Cell night here at Laugh Factory. let me number one have you on. Number two, let me do a spot on your show, or let's work. You know, I was like, I'd like to work with you.
Try and connect.
And at that time, I had only like 1 or 2 reels out, and I had like 3,000 followers, like nothing, you know. And then he ended up replying, and he's like, "Oh, I'm flying in with a few people. I don't really know if I can guarantee a spot, but come hang out, say what's up, and we'll chop it up." And I was like, "All right, bet." So when he kind of like, and I get it though, because people hit me up all the time when I'm about to land somewhere. Hey, bro, let me work with you, let me host for you, you know. And it's just like, especially when you don't know, motherfucker, you don't want to put that show up the chance, you know.
Sure,
like,
sure.
Let's see, but
that could go bad.
I ended up sending Curtis a message. I was like, "Hey man, you know, you think I'm a big fan of this dude? You know, I never asked for spots. I never asked him for spots. So I was like, I don't ask for spots. I'm not in your DMs bothering you, but if you could throw me a bone here, it'd mean a lot to me." And he's like, "Fuck," because that week T Murph had got Jimmy Fallon, so T Murph was already doing all the guest spots. Yeah. On top of that, Renee was bringing his openers. So they didn't confirm to me that I will go up. And then that day I got off of work, and Curtis sends me a message. He's like, "How fast can you be here tonight?" I was like, "Shit, I'm 40 minutes away, an hour, you know, in Aurora." He's like, "Come, we'll put you up for 5." Nice. I was like, "Fuck it." So I went, and there was like 30 people in the audience, bro. It wasn't even like, not even the whole little downstairs was full in the little square.
I
and
just did that last night. It was like that.
Yeah, you know, and
it's not fun when it's small.
Yeah, it wasn't. I feel like it was a lot of things, so we had fun, but it wasn't like magical.
Yeah, right. You know, like when it's packed, it's a kill
weekend and shit. Yeah, man. But anyway, so I ended up I ended up doing a set. I crushed, and then that night we hung out, we drank, we got fucked up, and we just, that was it. And then we clicked up, and then he never followed me back though or anything like that, and he left. And then about 8 months passed, and he blew up. And then, but at the same time, I was putting shit out too. So then he hits me up. He follows me out of nowhere. I think my reel came up in his algorithm or whatever. And at that time, I had like 50,000 followers or something like that. This is just like in perspective. I'm not talking about followers, but just in perspective of where we were at with everything.
You're big, dude.
And then,
literally and
literally and physically.
He got it before you said it. Shout out him. I like him.
And so he's like, "Let's do the show. Let's promote it, and I'll have you feature for me." I was like, "Fuck it, let's do it." And we posted it, and that shit sold out like in maybe like 3 or 4 days.
Damn.
So I was like, "Damn, Laugh Factory pack is different now."
Yeah.
And he came, and then when he came that day, he tells me, he's like, "Bro, I fucked up. Like, I got my boy coming through, and my host fell through. Would you be down to host?" And I was kind of salty. I was like, "Man, I don't want to fucking host. You know, I wanted to get a solid 20 or even 15 and murder." But at that point, I was like, "Fuck it. I know it's a sold out room, so if I maneuver it correctly, I could crush." And man, I went up. I fucking the reel that I uploaded actually today with the gay pride shit, it's from that show.
Oh, really?
That's a hosting set. Like, I'm getting clips from hosting sets.
How long ago was that? A year?
It was November. Not even a year.
Dude.
Not even a year.
Man.
And I crushed so fucking hard, bro. Then in between comics, I was murdering, and I wasn't even doing like 5 minutes or anything like that. In between comics, I'm doing like a minute, bro.
Yeah.
But I'm riffing. I got this one bit that went stupid viral with the Italians, where I was like, I feel like Italians are just gay Mexicans.
I didn't see this one. I would have had you on this podcast.
That one is hella viral, bro. And people will see, like, Italians will stop me like, "Hey man, we're not gay Mexicans, man." I had this dude stop me across the street from the
This way you can't go to Carmine's. They're like, "Get the fuck out of
What,
here."
what's the bit? Do you mind doing it again?
Yeah, the thing is, the guy before me, his name's Anthony Stariti. He's Hollywood based, and that guy, he was Italian. So I went up on stage and I was like, the first thing I said, I was like, "I feel like Italians are just gay Mexicans," and they got a pop because everybody's Mexican.
Yeah.
And I was like, "They even stole our flag." I was like, they didn't put the ego on. They didn't put the ego on it, thinking we won't notice. And then I was like, I'm fucking around. I was like, I pretend to be Italian when I be picking up bitches though. And then there's a pause, and I was like, I'll be like, "Let me eat the pussy," and that gets a pop, bro.
Yeah.
And that shit went. That was one of my first videos that actually went like stupid viral. And it was a riff. But now I do. Now if somebody in the crowd's Italian, it's not in my set.
You bust it out,
but
put it
I
out
got
your
it in
pocket.
my fucking holster, you know.
Yeah.
And it always crushes because people feel like, "Oh, what the fuck? You just thought of that?"
Yeah.
That always feels like how good bits come about. Like you just kind of, you have a bit and then you add on to it, and you're like, "That's it right there."
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, you always find I was speaking about bits. I was working. I love comedy, so I love talking about bits and shit like that. But
Fuck yeah, dude.
I was thinking about I had this bit about this is not a bit. It's a real happen. I was dating this girl, and I made her mad. mad, and she was giving me rides to work, and we used to go to her house first to fuck, and then she'll take me to work. So she took me to her house, and she made me eat her pussy for like 40 minutes, bro. And then when I was like, all right, yeah, that's enough. Like I can't feel my face, and I've taken my pants down, and she was like, run it back, and she was like, nah, I gotta go. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, I gotta go. She made me eat her pussy, didn't want to give me head. Matter of fact, and I was like, well, can you at least give me a ride to work? She said, no, I gotta go, you gotta go. Kicks me in. She made me give her head and then kicked me out like I was a groupie, bro.
Damn.
I ate her pussy for 40 minutes and then got kicked out. Yeah. And the thing is, at that point, I'm broke as shit. So I had like $11 in my account. And my Uber, I had like $9 in my account. And my Uber was $11. So I literally walked so the number could go down.
Yeah. Oh my god!
But I couldn't find the punchline to that bit.
Yeah.
I knew that part was the funny part that I started walking. So I finally found the tag. I was like, I had to walk for $2. That's the tag.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah.
And but just months, like this happened like a year ago, but this is months that I've been trying to get that bit. It turned that story into a bit.
Yeah.
But I'm not a storyteller. I do kind of like fast-paced comedy. I got to turn it into something like in my voice, you know?
Yeah.
And I was so happy. I was so happy and I was so excited to try it, and I fucking forgot to do it yesterday.
That's the
I'll do it tonight. I'll do it tonight. I'll do it tonight.
You got two shows today?
But yeah, dude, one. I did I did like a brand new 15 off the top just off my medical shit.
Oh yeah.
And it was ripping, bro.
Damn. And that has to feel good to do comedy to your fans. So
Oh,
they already
yeah.
got
Yeah.
you. It's not like going to an open mic where you have to kind of like,
Yeah.
you kind of win them
no
over.
Yeah,
Make
they
sure
like
you have to
they
schmooze
like
them.
you.
I got they're my cushion to run the bits.
Yeah.
And then I take out the bullshit. So then when I do a spot in LA, now I got the good
You
parts.
got the
Tight,
trim.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
so nice.
They're
That's
more.
huge.
They're
That
more.
must be
My
so
fans are
nice.
more forgiving. They're just happy to be there. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they want to hear about you, and they're okay if there's a little fat, no pun intended.
Yeah.
So you're working out bits on sold out shows. You're not doing mics in LA, are you?
Not hell no.
Yeah,
I'm not in
fuck
LA.
that, yeah.
Fuck that. The good thing is that like that's why I moved out there. That I was already passed at the clubs.
Yeah.
They already
Oh,
were
yeah.
booking me at the store in Hollywood and the Improv. So I was like, I'm already doing all the clubs. Like people move out there and do horrible. Like
Right.
like they're doing okay. Like you suck here.
Yeah.
The fuck are you doing in LA? But
That's true, though.
Out there, man.
but I mean it sucks to say, but the followers kind of open doors, and my job is just to back it up, to be there, and
Yeah.
show up and be funny. And once you're funny, and then you got the followers, they're like, oh, this guy's it.
Yeah, you can
So,
sell tickets. You got the.
Exactly. So everywhere I go is like go up. So it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Because me and him used to go to LA before I was even a comic, or I guess when I was still open mic. Like we were like, one day, one day we're gonna be here, and just like this year to be able to see my face on the fucking Laugh Factory Hollywood marquee
Yeah,
on
that's
Sunset.
dope.
They don't even put my face on this fucking Laugh Factory. I've never been on the marquee at the Laugh Factory.
No.
Holy shit.
They'll put some fucking
Yeah, it's
hand
fucking,
job up there though.
yeah, just Mo Good the whole time.
Well, dude, it's Tom's favorite song. He's talked about it many times. Is "Dreams and Nightmares." Your life is that song. Dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was telling them a story. I was playing that song in the car, and when the beat drops,
Yeah.
dude, I teared up.
I
I teared up because I was just like, man, he got the Aston Martin, dude.
Not rented.
And it's not rented either.
He got the
Nah.
slingshot.
He did it, yeah.
slingshot.
Every time I get like my food at a restaurant, like in my voice just plays, I used to pray for times like this.
Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished?
God.
Getting hyped up.
Me at
I'm
the-
gonna start crying.
Me at the buffet. Hold on, wait a minute.
Dude.
Y'all thought I was finished?
Ken, do you remember? You were still working your job out in Aurora, and I delivered you your Uber Eats.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that shit?
yeah.
I was embarrassed as fuck.
Embarrassed. I was embarrassed.
We were both embarrassed.
I was like, fuck, we both have jobs.
got a
I'm like,
catering order.
Look how far Ken's came.
Yeah, look, yeah, and I'm still delivering Uber Eats. That was wild. We
I
rolled like,
hate
oh
that.
shit.
I was like, what the fuck? But
What did you order? You
Now
remember?
Ken's like,
I
I would
remember.
tip you.
I don't
It was
remember.
tacos.
Was it?
Yeah, it was
Come on,
tacos.
you
got
From
big
rates in
Hefe's.
it.
From Hefe's.
Oh, okay.
From Hefe's, yeah.
Yeah, man. I hate when I get some. I'd rather have somebody I know than a girl.
Oh, dude.
The girls are the worst.
Why?
Like, because it's just like,
they're
damn,
looking at
she's
you.
gonna know I'm gonna eat all this shit. Fuck.
Yeah.
But it's like, I've had people like deliver me the food at work, because that's where I Uber Eats always at work, and like I'll be and I was already getting like I was already touring, bro, working.
Yeah.
I would come back from cities, go to work, and leave again. Like I was just waiting to quit that fucking job. But like the last few
What were
months,
you doing?
I was leasing at an apartment complex.
Oh, okay.
And in the last few months, it was crazy because like people would be like, damn, people would come in all the time like, you're the comedian. The fuck are you doing here? Like, I was like, oh, you know, it's my job or whatever. And then I remember this one time this girl brought me Uber Eats, Chipotle. And then I went on live and I was talking shit like, man, fuck yeah, y'all broke. And then she commented, she's like, I'm the one that took you your Uber Eats today. I was like, bitch, shut the fuck up. But it was like, I was like, oh, fuck, like, I'm exposed.
Dude,
but I don't know.
I tune into your live sometimes, and
You're always complaining about how you can't go live anymore.
Yeah, I know, but I'm always on there doing bullshit.
Yeah, it was you and Renee, and you guys. I think you guys just did shrooms, and you're like,
oh yeah,
you're like posted like it's like the skyline. It's like the sun's coming. You're like, man, this shit's beautiful. I did shrooms tonight, man. I cried a little bit. And I thought it was just playing in the background. It was 4:30 in the morning.
Bro, that night went south.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
We were at the strip club first, and that was one of those moments where you talk about balling out. I always wanted to go to the strip club and have a shitload of money.
Yeah,
so
throwing
I took
ones.
like $1,000 and just a single. So they brought me a stack like this big.
Right, because Renee's getting back together with his wife. So.
Well, this is before. This was still fucking around.
Okay.
This is last month, by the way. But
Before the big
but they gave me a
reunion.
fat stack, so I was on one, bro. So we leave the strip club. When I went there, bro, I blew that in like 20 minutes, and then we left out of there. And on our way to that location, that girl's apartment, they were giving me shrooms, so I took shrooms. Actually, she came to the show last night.
You took shrooms at the strip club or after?
After.
Okay.
So they hit when I got there. It was like sunrise. So they're hitting, and she's got a nice balcony. It was amazing. And then Renee went to the room to fuck her, and I stayed with her homegirl. But her homegirl was knocked out, like snoring. And I was so high off shrooms, I was like, well, fuck it, you know, like. And at the same time, I'm telling you, I'm going through these lunches, so my sex drive wasn't even like high at that moment. Like I was like, I didn't even want to fuck, to be honest. So I sat down, and like the shrooms are hitting. I'm thinking about all kinds of shit, kind of letting everything settle in, because sometimes you live so fast. You don't even realize, like, damn, what the fuck am I doing? You know, like, and
time slows down.
Exactly, everything started to settle in. I kind of emotional about that, and then I started to look around the apartment, bro. And this girl had a whole bunch of like voodoo shit. Like there was like skeletons and like black flower petals like spread across her kitchen with candles. Like crazy shit.
Yeah, that's bad energy.
I didn't even.
Bad energy.
She's Mexican, yeah. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, this bitch is a witch. Bro, I swear to God, I went to the room where they were at, and I started banging on the door. And Renee opens the door. He's full of glitter. He's like, what's up, bro? I was like, nigga, let's go. I was like, this bitch is crazy. I was like, this bitch is crazy. This bitch is crazy.
They're putting a demon in your ass.
Yeah. Bro, she was right behind him. I was like, this bitch is crazy. And she's looking at me. She's like, you're good? I was like, nah, man, what the
We
fuck?
gotta go.
And then he's like, bro, give me like 5 minutes. We'll go right now. And at this, I'm hitting him up on Snapchat. I'm like, yo, bro, this bitch is a tweak. I was like, just stay in contact.
You thought you
Stay
should say
light a prayer candle,
Yeah,
please.
stay. We gotta fight the bad energy.
Light
Bring a
those
rosary.
candles.
Yeah, and then she had a big cabinet with a mirror in front of it, bro. And I was sitting in the couch, and then she had a camera like from the TV pointing at the couch, a camera. So then I started tweaking, bro. The whole time I'm just like this. I thought they were watching me, bro. So like the whole and I'm mixing cocaine with the shrooms, so I'm just like wired. I'm wired. I'm just like this.
flicking them
like,
off.
The whole I flicked it off for like an hour. And then a full hour. If you look at that footage, it's just me like this. Yeah, and then I was like, then like hours passed by, like 2 hours, but I didn't move. I was just right there wondering what was in the cabinet. I was just looking, and I was picture like a fucking lifetime of shit, bro. Like dead bodies, fucking kid parts. Like I was like, what?
Kid parts.
Like I was like, what's in there, bro? Like it's something evil. Like it felt like I feel like the Annabelle doll was in there. I was like, it's some crazy shit. And then I started coming down, and eventually,
It's like a mop and some Fabuloso in there. Like, what are we talking about?
They woke up, bro, and they came out and they're like, "Oh, how you doing? Did you sleep good?" I was like, "Yeah, I slept good." And then they were getting ready to go out, and then I was like, "Hey, I'm sorry, I just gotta ask you, like, can you please open that cabinet? I don't want to leave with the curiosity. I feel like it's gonna eat me at night."
Yeah.
and she opened it up. It was like fucking Connect 4 and Battleship. I was like, oh,
Yeah, I got my son
all
on the
right,
weekend, so-
okay. Cool.
That's funny as fuck.
I was like, all right, there wasn't a dead body like I thought, but man, fucking crazy.
I've only taken shrooms once, dude.
Yeah, I took them last night too.
Really?
Yeah,
After the show,
after the show, yeah, I took
you ever
them.
go
yeah,
on
it's
stage on
vegetables.
shrooms?
I've only done it twice. It was that time and last night, but it only took. It wasn't enough to. I mean, I was in a really good mood, but it wasn't anything like
Yeah.
I knew I
Yeah.
was on shrooms, you know.
Yeah. I did shrooms once in 8th grade, and I
Damn.
yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
And I got attacked by a sewer rat. I was like walking around. I was walking around
Oh,
like
you
this
told me
pond,
this.
and I looked in the sewer, and this thing ran at me, and I fucking stomped it out. And I was like, "Is this real or not?" So I
Right.
took a picture of it, and the next day, sure as shit, fucking
Real.
sewer rat killed that bitch.
Oh,
Damn.
dead
Yeah.
bodies. That's
Tweaked me out.
Yeah, I would have kicked that shit. I wouldn't know about stomping that motherfucker. This white people shit, I guess. but-
Yeah.
You wanted
Yeah.
to see blood?
I'm German. I like to kill.
Oh yeah, fuck.
Disgusting.
Well, Ken, brother, this has been absolutely fantastic.
This has
man.
been
great.
Listen,
Yeah.
we really
Thank
appreciate you coming on, being a guest, and it's awesome to see everything you've been doing. You have any final words for the fans in Nona's
Plugs.
Basement? Any plugs? Where can people? I mean, people already follow you if they're listening, but where can
Yeah.
they follow you? If you're not?
You can follow me, Ken Flores 300. Support these guys. I only did this. I trust. There's hella people that have been hitting me up for podcasts all week. I'm like, I can't do. I'm not doing podcasts right now. But this one I want to do just because you guys. I respect you guys and you guys are hilarious. So
Oh,
Thank
thank you
you,
so
man.
much, man.
I
That
like
means
you.
a lot.
I like you. I know you're a killer. I like you a lot. Obviously, Tyler's a killer. But you threw me off because I'm a.
you
one of my
suck.
favorite. one of my favorite comedians is Shane Gillis.
Yeah.
And you remind me of him when like the way your comedy is a little. I feel like you
Oh.
kind of have similar parents, maybe. Similar,
Yeah.
little
Similar
bit
upbringing.
conservative
Yeah.
type of
Yeah.
family, but you're anyway. So I really like your shit, bro.
Oh,
You're
thank
really
you. I
good,
appreciate
but
that.
Of course, obviously, I'm a big fan of the Italians.
We're kind of gay Mexicans, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what about? Would you ever think
Yeah, you
Mexicans are gay
faggot.
Italians?
Incorrect. I'm
Correct.
not
Well-
like you. Well, I'm a big fan of you because obviously, I'm sure you get this a lot and you hate it, but obviously you remind me of Maniscalco and
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Arlington Heights, guy. I met him at the fucking bookstore in Naperville.
Oh,
Really?
nice.
Yeah, it was cool.
Anderson's, right?
Yep.
Yeah, right down there.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's dope, man.
And
Wait,
Tyler, keep killing, brother.
Who does he remind you?
Ty-
of?
Ellen DeGeneres.
Shit. Ellen DeGeneres. The little boy from Stuart Little.
Yeah, fuck you, Tyler.
We said we were gonna be meeting
My
Tyler,
mom's
and we
not
did
gonna
it.
like that.
But Ken, brother, we appreciate it a
thank you
lot,
so
man.
much.
Follow Ken Flores.
Follow your dreams.
Thank you so much for tuning in, listening, guys. Have a great one. Follow your dreams. You start with nothing, you will end up with the Aston Martin.
Do
just like the
cocaine.
song. Do
Or
cocaine.
in the hospital.
All right, thanks,
All right,
guys.
thank
Take it
you.
easy.